So I haven't made that much progress. I mean, I have beaten the game a couple of times, and I have quite a few shinies. But as you can see, I have... Hold up. As you can see, I have I don't have an endless file on. Also, hello, Fatal. Oh, hello. It's kind of been a while. Hello, Juan, by the way. But yeah, I don't have any saved files. I don't have any saved files. Meaning that I do not have an endless file going. Because I lost my endless file at 1000. Because I simply did not want to try that. I simply did not want to go any further than 1000 on endless. And so now I'm just going to do a challenge. Good for shinies. When you beat the game, you get so many vouchers. Yeah. So here's my shinies. It's not that many, but the fact that I got shiny Manaphy is fucking crazy. The odds of getting a Manaphy already aren't good. Aren't they like a 1 in 10 or something? And then I also got it shiny. You still don't have a single shiny legendary? I have Genesect. I have some really good shinies. So, I mean, both of them are from eggs, but the Manaphy caught me completely off guard. For a second, I thought it was Fion, because Fion and Manaphy are kind of really similar. But, you know, that's kind of crazy. But that's too expensive. I want to have a full team, alright? I don't just want to rely on one thing, you know? When I played this game, I used Take Heart Simple Fion. Well... yeah, I mean, fair enough. There's a lot of different good strategies that can work. I also have shiny Mawa, so like any of these shinies are usable. Kind of really similar. Okay, design-wise, I couldn't tell because the coloring was off and it threw me off. All right, design-wise, they're kind of really similar. Fion, I understand where you're coming from with your hatred for Fion, but design-wise, they're similar. I love Manaphy, but also Fion's kind of a cool thing because like like they are unique, right? You can't disagree with me there. They are unique in the fact that Fion and Manaphy are the only ones to have a different variant based on the egg RNG. They're the only ones, at least in this game, that like, you know, their whole dynamic of, oh, you know, Manaphy has a chance of coming from it, but it's mostly Fion. That's a unique thing. It's kind of like a mini shiny in a way whenever it comes to eggs. But yeah, so I have a couple of really good shinies. This one's one of my newer ones. I don't really... Toxapex is one of those weird Pokemon where I don't really use them often, so I have no idea. Also, a lot of these guys are really expensive. I kind of want to do... Okay, so... I'm 100% bringing Nincada. But not first, because I want to leave with somebody else. But Nincada is a really good shiny to have, because you can get 2 shinies with the same luck value, but for the cost of 1, basically. And one of those shinies is Shedinja, which is a really cool Pokemon to have on your team. So I'm thinking I will use... Oh yeah, by the way, I have hidden ability Fennekin. So I have Magician on... I have Magician on this bitch. Yeah, there's some good Pokemon in here. I do like Ponyta as well, being only 1 cost for 3 luck. I mean, same with this guy. So now I have set... I forgot recently... You got a tier 2 Cosmog? That's sick. I don't have an actual legendary. I just have a fucking mythical. I haven't gotten a shiny from a legendary egg yet. Only a fucking shiny from a Manaphy egg. And an epic egg. No legendary egg for me, unfortunately. Dude, some of these guys are so expensive. Like, why the fuck is Magnemite 4? I don't understand that. Magnemite being 4 is fucking crazy. Okay, so I think I want Mawile for Mega, because Mega Mawile is really good. Stop pulling Legend ones once I completed the decks. I just stopped from the beginning. I prioritized Shinies from the beginning. I definitely want Genesect, by the way. No, I definitely want Rotom more than Genesect, because as good as Genesect is... obviously with download and protein, he is good, don't get me wrong, but I think I'd rather use Rotom and somebody else. Wait, no, wait. Who do I drop? Who do I drop for Genesect? I definitely want to use Rotom, because Hadron Engine on Heat Form Rotom is actually really good. But who do I use? Maybe I drop Toxapex? It's hard for me to want to drop a rare shiny, though. Since I already have a fire type. Oh, but this bitch has Magician. Nah, I'll remove you. And then that's perfect. Okay, cool. This is my lineup. This is my lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Should I do like a YouTube intro or some shit? I don't even know. But yeah, I've opened a lot of eggs in this game. Oh, hey, speaking of epic eggs, shiny? That would have been funny. That would have been really funny if that was shiny. I don't typically play in full screen. I typically play in non-full screen. But I did full screen for your viewing pleasure. Good lord. I'll go ahead and beef up Rotom. So, like, am I going to get a shiny? Like, just via playing the game? Because, like, I actually, like, I don't know if I want that to happen, because I actually quite like the loadout that I'm going to have. Like, I'm going to have a lot of bug types, though. That's something that I realize, is that a lot of my favorite shinies are either Psychic or Bug. Wait. I am now realizing that I did not put Ninkata on my loadout. Possibly only really happens during events, though, since in events you get 2 shiny charms. Yeah, a lot of my shinies are from Endless, because, like, you just find a lot of shinies once you get a good amount of things. Okay, so this time let's not forget about shit. I kind of want Pokerogue. Okay. Endless in the long run is the best, but it also takes a shit ton of time. And even at like, it was up until like level 700 or 750 that I actually started getting like regular legendaries as well. So it's just so time consuming. I'm never doing it again. I'm just never doing it again. Okay, so don't forget Ninkata. I kind of want to bring Shellos, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to waste a slot. I think I want to bring Genesect, but at the same time, bringing Genesect stops me from bringing Rotom. So maybe I don't... I like Rotom, and I like having a Gigantamaximal... Wait, I just realized... Oh, wait. Hold up, I have Caterpie. Fear not, I have Caterpie. But yeah, now I'm going to have a lot of bug types. Where you run like multiple No Guard or Illuminate mons? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by farming meta? Like, I just want to have fun playing this game. Doing the same thing over and over again is no fun to me. I like doing different things. That's why I don't like Endless, because Endless is just one infinite loop of click this move, go on, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Holy shit. So if I fuse something with Ninkata and evolve it, will it double? Will it still double? Or does Ninkata have to be the primary Pokemon or something like that? Because this is a very interesting start. Yeah, I understand the double battle thing, but how does this work? It's a great... You know what? I guess now is the time to try it out. Oh, but I'd want it to be the second Pokemon so that I can have Wonder Guard on whoever doubles with it. But what's a good... So I guess... I'm going to try something, right? Mawile's non-Mega Mawile has the adaptability passive, right? And so if I evolve Ninkata, I'll get an adaptability Shedinja with Wonder Guard. I think that would be kind of cool to see if it actually functions that way. I think that could be cool. But maybe. Passive is first. Why do you think I started with Mawile? I literally did it right. What are you saying oop about? I did it right. I literally did it right. Just making sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Now I have adaptability on Earthquake. Hold up. That's not normal. Hey, Rotom, you want to take this Earthquake? I get it mixed up all the time. I have it relatively memorized. Yeah, so my Mawile stats are even worse now. But yeah, maybe they'll be good eventually. They are, in fact, even worse, though. And the typing is also worse. Still Ground isn't as good as Still Fairy. But don't worry, Steel Ghost with Wonder Guard will be good. Trust. Trust, chat. Hello, Mind King. Hello. Oh, wait, not Splishy Splash. Fucking... sure. Earthquake. So, this is gonna be an interesting run. Should I move my chat up? Should I? I'm gonna move my chat up for this stream. By the way, I will say, as somebody that has used Mawile, I have used Mawile, passive, and Mega. The Mega's passive changes from adaptability. It's not ideal. So if I do decide to Mega my Mawile, it's gonna not have huge power because it doesn't have its you know, ability, normal ability. It'll only have its passive. And Mega Mawile's passive is Intimidate. Oh, that's a recent change. Fucking balancing updates, bruh. Mega Mawile's balancing thing is literally its stats. Mega Mawile doesn't have good stats. I don't think a lot of people realize that. It doesn't have good stats. That is the balancing factor of it. I don't care how strong adaptability huge power is. It's a weak-ass Mon. But whatever. You know, who am I to fucking judge, I guess? Separating passives between evolutions? I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand why they did it. I understand why. And I understand what it was. But, like, I had a shiny Mawile, and I Mega Evolved it. Being like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a pure power adaptability. Da-da-da-da-da. Excuse me, Milo. You know, and then it has Intimidate now, which Intimidate isn't as good in this game as it is competitively, unfortunately. Intimidate is, like, actually kind of terrible in this, because you don't really want to swap in and out with your Pokemon. And the main boss of Endless, or even the main game, is a special attacker. So Intimidate spam isn't even good there against the main hard part of the game. So, like, it's terrible. It is really confusing. Wait, what is Venusaur's passive? I actually have no idea. Like, as much as I say, oh, I've played this game a lot, or da-da-da-da, I really don't know that much. Like, I haven't played as much as a lot of people have. But what I do know is that Hadron Engine is really good for Rotom. That's one thing I do know. Let me pull up the Google Sheet. Why do you need a Google Sheet? Just go onto, like, the Pokerogue, like, thing. There is a Pokerogue website that actually helps with that. And by helps with that, I mean, you can just look up Pokerogue, this Pokemon, and then... Hold up, I can actually show you. So, if I look up Pokerogue Venusaur... Well, here's the thing. If they just separated the passive from the normal to the Mega, so Grassy Surge would have been the Mega's old passive, and then they changed it to Seed Sour. Are y'all stupid? And then I don't think... Oh, G-Max also got it separated. Okay. But, like, yeah. So, think smarter, not harder, chat. Oh, he's here? What do you mean, oh, he's here? You or me? forgot they didn't change Venusaur's old passive. Yeah. They didn't completely change everybody's passive, only the Mega's passives changing from the base. Pokerogue is great, though. It is great. Pokerogue is absolutely amazing. I've gotten kind of burnt out from it, but like, my big Coke defeat turn has Flamethrower this run. What do you mean? My Rotom tanks that. Here's the thing, right, with Eternatus. Eternatus is always going to be a threat. No matter what, because Dragon Poison is a defensively amazing typing, and he's already an amazing Pokemon, and his coverage allows for him to provide things that, you know, things. Eternatus versus my Master Ball. Yes, I get it. Some people have actually finished their Pokedex, which allows for them to catch Eternatus. I do not have that ability. You've received exam results? Oh, cool. Hello, Queen. An A and 4 Bs? That's not bad. I haven't had exams in ages. Why am I using a lure? I don't really want lures. Whatever. Having adaptability on Earthquake, though, is really nice. Actually, a massive part of the meta and why luck is so important. You just remove an entire boss from the game. I understand that, but that's also lame. Because does the Master Ball not require you to weaken the opponent as well? Because you can't just immediately catch a lot of Pokemon, but I'm assuming I'm assuming Master Ball overrides that. I am assuming. I could be wrong. No, it doesn't? Okay. Wait, but like, don't you have to get bosses down to like the last, like, you know, bar, kind of like Dynamax Pokemon having the, you know, the barriers, I guess. Don't you have to get it to the last barrier in order to catch it? I don't think a Master Ball can do it. So either Eternatus is different than other bosses, or Master Ball just overwrites that. I haven't tried Master Balls very often. And I have used a Master Ball on a boss Pokemon before, but I do not remember how that turned out. Master Ball overrides the mechanic. That's what I thought. What did I just drop? Ah, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. I was just spam pressing A. By the way, I don't know if a lot of people like Butterfree in this game. I'm sure thanks to Magician, people do like Butterfree. But I like Butterfree for Quiver Dance. I think setup moves are underrated. Because what you can do is you can actually... Oh, wait, I used all my PP. God damn it. What you can actually do is you can just use one or two in a fight, and all of a sudden you're the fastest Pokemon ever, and you also are really strong. And whenever you G-Max Butterfree, you become not just strong, but you also get kind of bulky. If Quinn redeems a Chug, I redeem the other. So be prepared, it'll happen anytime soon. I don't know why you guys hate me. Like, why? Can I not just stream without being punished? I have those for you guys, sure. But can I not just stream without being punished? Please? Like, that would be phenomenal if I could just not be punished. What am I trying to do? Vitamins, right? Sure, Hugh. Protein and carbos, I'll take it. Probably shouldn't have wasted all my earthquakes on Moida. But it's fine. You know, my least favorite part about Rotom is that Rotom doesn't naturally learn Thunderbolt. So, your strongest electric move is literally... Your strongest electric move is going to be Discharge. Which actually just straight up sucks. Also, I never got rid of that death counter. I also need to move Hollow Knight up. There you go. The water is 500 milliliters. Here's the thing. It's 300 milliliters. I can down that in 3 seconds. 300 milliliters is a full can. I don't know if people realize that, like, it's a full can. And the water is a full bottle. Like, it may not be the hardest thing to do, but it's still terrible because it's still a caffeinated drink, especially since I know, believe it or not, Americans have different, you know, they have different drinks, and by that I mean their drinks are put together differently. They're full of caffeine and sugar, which means getting that down, not good. Putting, like, chugging a caffeinated drink is terrible. It's actually terrible. If it was just chugging water, then I mean, yeah, no, that would still suck, but it would be, you know, less terrible than the pot, you know? I don't think people realize how bad chugging is, or how bad it feels. Especially as, like, I'm not even a professional chugger. I don't even chug it fast, and yet it's still terrible for me. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, weird, but it's not fun. Considering an entire day, I would like to only drink one can of pot to, you know, limit my caffeine intake and sugar intake. You know, chugging an entire thing in the matter of seconds or minutes, I guess, because I'm not very fast at all. It's not the greatest thing of, you know, to do. Not great at all, actually. So, hey, Earthquake's back. I probably shouldn't waste my Earthquake, though. You say that, but I actively have been practicing chugging and I can drink. Okay, practicing it and doing it every now and then are not the same. That's not the same. As somebody that, you know, casually drinks and doesn't, you know, pain myself, you know, just for the fun of it, I can say that that's not something normal people can just handle. Because like you said, practicing. You required practice to be able to do that. I don't practice. Want to know what I need to do? I need to straight up get rid of one of those chugs. Make it to where I can only chug water instead of being able to chug both. But then I have no doubt you guys would start complaining. So, like, I just can't win. You know, I love it when people, like, that's, you saying it's not that bad is the same thing as, like, a professional marathon runner saying, oh, it's not that hard to do. It only took me years to practice, but, you know, it's not that hard to do. Like, fuck off. Practice with specifically doing it in one gulp? You chug 750 in one gulp? What do you mean? I never practiced for just drinking it as fast as possible with multiple gulps. Yeah, but you still practice drinking a lot in you know, a small moment. Like, you see what I mean? It's still difficult because your body has to be ready for it. It's not just a matter of being able to do it. You have to handle the temperature. You have to handle, you know, the sudden change in amount of caffeine and sugar in your system. Because usually whenever you're drinking something like that, you're slowly intaking sugar and caffeine. But if you chug it, then your body has to adapt to all of it all at once. That's not exactly easy. I get down about 350 milliliters in one gulp. Okay. Throat goat, apparently. I don't like sodas, and yet you're making me chug sodas and saying, oh, it's not that bad, even though you don't know. So how can you say it's not that bad if you don't even drink sodas like that? Jesus Christ! Some people. Oh, it's not that bad. I've never done it, but it's not that bad. Good fucking lord. No offense, Bed. I'm only talking like this with you because of, you know, the fact that I trust that you won't run away just because of the way I'm talking. It's like when the random chatter in, I don't know who the fuck that is, told him to do Roblox puzzles faster as a beginner than he did. I was specifically referring to the chug water routine when you said it wasn't that bad. Yeah, but whenever I was referring to you guys hating me, I was referring to, I don't know, maybe the fact that you guys were literally corresponding with each other to make me do both chugs in the same sitting. One chug isn't that bad on its own. It's really not. Like, it's kind of bad. It kind of, you know, changes, you know, the things I can do because I get a headache, I get a brain freeze, because I'm trying to drink it cold, drink too fast, you know, all that stuff. But what I was specifically referring to earlier was the fact that you were going to try and make me double chug. One of those chugs being a pop. So basically, you were arguing very poorly because you literally brought irrelevant information into it. Sprite Chug literally burned your throat off that one time. Water was the worst to chug, I think, because like whenever I did chug it the first time, I wasn't prepared for it, and so I let it give me a brain freeze because I was trying to drink it too quickly. I just need to slow down. Also, fuck this fight, bro. Fucking why? Why does the game have to choose to put me down a fucking water path? Come on now. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's not doing shit. Okay, let's try that again. I'm not going to be resetting for the most part. But this specific time. Because I wasn't actually fully paying attention. But yes. And so, whenever I say, why do you guys hate me for, you know, make me dual chug, I'm mainly talking about the fact that I'm having to chug two things, not just one. How cold was that water to give you a brain freeze? How warm is your water? Whenever I grab a bottle of water from the fridge, right? It's cold enough to have condensation on the outside. It's wet whenever I grab that water bottle. By the way, what's the difference between retries and resetting? Like, straight up, what is the difference? Also, can I please get some Fiery Dance special attack buffs this time? I got literally none of those last time. Can I please get some of those? What god tier fridge do you have? I don't know, an American one? How am I supposed to answer that? Pour it from the tap? Ah. I see. So the difference is that I'm fucking American. Wait. So does that mean you guys would be okay if I just poured myself a cup? Or like, what if I just got an empty water bottle and filled it with tap water? Would that still be as good to you guys? Because that would be easy. The hardest part about chugging water is the fact that it is, in fact, you know, from the fridge. Water is water? Okay. Fuck. Why did I send Rotom out for that? Whatever. I got this bitch low, at least. Retries when you lose it, just lets you retry the battle. Damn, maybe I should activate that. Why did I send out Butterfree? Whatever. Thanks for the weird-ass berry. What do you mean? Tap water is terrible for you most of the time. I know UK healthy water isn't that great, but... Let me live. Oh, wait. My next attack may not kill now. Bro, fuck this. The game's not that unfair. I'm just tired of losing. I don't typically like resetting, but in this specific, you know, thing, I don't feel like starting over from the beginning every time. Especially since I still want to figure out if Nincada Fused will still, you know, evolve and double. That's the main thing I want to figure out. Also, I still hate that I'm not getting any Fiery Dance buffs. That kind of just sucks. If I overheat, right? Nah, I don't get punished for using Moita. Might boot up Pokerogue and continue my endless with my blue shiny Zacian. You keep saying blue shiny Zacian. Whenever you say blue shiny, do you mean the fact that Zacian shiny is blue, or do you mean it's a rare shiny? Because that's very hard to tell what you mean, considering Zacian shiny is blue. The rare shiny, now that makes sense. Morita, I think you're gonna have to go. Bye-bye. By the way, can I just say, my least favorite part about Classic is that there are times when you're literally forced into like 5 environments in a row that are all what am I trying to say? They're all water-based environments. I hate that. I call them shiny, blue shiny, and red shiny. Can you not just call them common, rare, and epic? You know, the normal classification of them? Or just normal shiny and then rare shiny, epic shiny? Is it that hard? Anyways, this is one. Thank God. You're right, I wasn't playing early days Pokerogue. The shiny classifications are 1, 2, and 3. Is it that hard to keep up with 1, 2, and 3? Like, don't refer to them as colors, considering that the colors can actually get confused with the color of the shiny. That's the last thing you want to do there. Oh my god. See, this is what I mean. You're literally stuck with going against water for the longest time, and without a map, you have no way of getting out of it. And so now I'm just fucking stuck here. I have no way of getting out of a water-based area as, you know, somebody with a lot of water weaknesses. Like, goddamn. How is this fair for anybody that chooses a fire starter? How is this fair for anybody that starts with fire type? It's so... Or, like, ground, or, you know, a lot of other things. Alright, let's see. Let's see this. Also, I still need to re-give it Shadow Bone, unfortunately, but... What the fuck? Why is it just a substitute? Wow, what an evolution. That's why map is such an insane item. It's really not that good. You just... The only good thing about map is that it can prevent you from going into the water area. Map is cracked? It's really not. As somebody that's used it quite a lot, the only thing you can really do with it is go in infinite loops to go where you want to. So the only benefit it really gives you is providing for the weakness of, you know, your team. Which sure is... Chat, how many problems are there with this image? We're looking at my Mawile moveset. We're seeing a Butterfree sprite, and it's learning Fury Cutter. I think this evolution broke my game. It did double, though. It did, in fact, double. Wonder Guard and adaptability as a Steel Ghost Pokemon with a fucking Butterfree sprite. Huh? That's really good you save so much money. Yeah, but I'd rather just, you know, have a well thought out team. Like, excuse me? Huh. Well, I'm so lost. Wait. Chat. So, the luck value is 3 because I combined a normal shiny with a blue shiny. So it does... So that's what... Why is it showing Butterfree? True, actually, wait. But... I'm so lost. Chat, Butterfree has nothing to do with my fusion. Why is it showing me Butterfree? What? Butterfree. I have 3 Butterfrees. Wait. Oh, I see. They don't have their own sprite anymore. They lost their sprite. And so now it's just showing whatever Pokemon was next to each other. It's missing a sprite. So but instead of showing a substitute, it shows the previously shown sprite. But for some reason with the Ponyta, it didn't show the shiny sprite. What the hell is wrong with this? Wait, what if I send it out then? Okay, so it's back to Mawile. Okay, and now it'll have a proper sprite. Nope, it's still Butterfree. What the fuck? Oh, I think I fucked the game up. Oh, Scope Lens, sick. I'll give it to Modwood Inja, why not? I really need a mushroom. I can't see I'm in ads. Yeah, you know, that's a you problem. Asmi girl, you're so easy to please. Simply having a colon and a 3 next to each other makes you happy? Man, I thought men were easy to please. Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess I get it, but like, both are. I mean, it's probably a coincidence. I imagine. I don't think they chose what their URL would be. I mean, after all, colons and threes are very common in URLs. You said my name, and then I'm assuming you posted a link. I was just checking the URL at the top left. God damn it, I dropped Gus for Whirlwind. Stop distracting me, chat. That's what it looks like? Cool. Smile. Good for them? Question mark? I just don't get the big deal. I don't know why you use overheat there. You miss the times where you use Miraidon as your carry and Endless because it had a funny egg move? Ah, interesting. It was only that because you had Venusaur on the 3rd Pokemon? I told you. Just a fucking coincidence. The colon's just part of the URL, and then the 3 is, you know, that. I didn't know that specifically, but I mean, now I do. Oh, hey, it's this guy. I'll fight you. Wait, I have 3. What are the rewards if you have 3 bug-type Pokemon? Wait, no, I don't. I don't have 3. Nah, I only have 1. Yeah, I only have 1. Never mind. But what happens if you do have that many? Like 3 or 4? Like, what if you have a full team of bugs? Does this guy just like give you the best shit of all fucking time? Like, how's that work? Also, I have high hopes for my Mawile and Shedinja fusion. However, it's not gonna be of much help against Eternatus, unfortunately, because Eternatus has Flamethrower. Well, I think he doesn't. Isn't he guaranteed to have Flamethrower? I think every time I've fought him, he's had Flamethrower. You telling me I can just give Quiver Dance to literally anybody? Sure, give it to Rotom. Why the fuck not, you know? Hey, a revive. Ah, shit, I'm out. I'm a little concerned, but don't worry. Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance got me. If nobody else got me, I know Quiver Dance got me. This is gonna be a long stream, isn't it? I'm 40 minutes in and only on... Okay, it's time to maybe speed things up. It's time to maybe speed things up. But I need to actually be fast. Please don't have Water Absorb. Thank you. Wow, I'm +2 and you still live that? Damn. I guess Hadron Engine's over. Haven't actually played Pokerogue for a while. What's the best carry in Endless now? I think... Who was it? What Pokemon was it? Somebody told me what it was, but I can't remember what the fuck that Pokemon was. Somebody told me. Right, Reshiram. That's what it is. So... 4 to 5 is Grip Claw, Max Lure, Rogue Ball. 6 is Master Ball, Max Lure, any Evo form change. That's good. I need some PP ups. But I think you guys are slowing me down more than the game is. You guys are the reasons why I'm going slow. I need to focus. Hey, another EXP all. Let's go. That's good. I really need more EXP alls. Just because getting XP to everything is not ideal whenever you're trying to just sweep. Chat, the fact that I didn't even think about the PP being a joke really says something about you. Considering I'm not the one with the dirty mind now, that's really telling, chat. I did not even think about that. But yes, I need to get my PP up while I'm streaming, alright, chat? Jesus Christ. Wait, can I technically get 2 Mega Mawiles? Wait. I can get 2 Mega Mawiles. That's funny. Which Pokemon is this? It doesn't fucking matter. But yeah, like, if I were to unfuse both my Shedinja and my Ninjask, I would have 2 Mega Mawiles. Or 2 Mawiles, and then I can Mega Evolve them both, since the game allows for you to Mega Evolve more than one Pokemon at a time. That's something I've actually tested in Endless, is the ability to Mega Evolve more than one Pokemon at a time. It's a pretty neat thing to have. This is like only good for trading items, right? That's like all this is good for. Wait, if I trade in the scope lens, then I'll get something like really good, right? Multi-lens. Is that good? Who would that be good for? Who is the multi-lens good for? Probably none of them. But at the same time, it kind of depends. How does multi-lens allow for Fury Cutter to be like very strong? Like, does the multi-lens and Fury Cutter work well together? I doubt it. I doubt it. Edimon with a setup move? No, that's not how that works. It has to be an actual attack, not just a move. So like Power Up Punch, right? Multi-lens is always good. It's really not that good. It's really not that good, but no, I know that's what I meant. Yeah. Set up damaging move. Yeah, which you know, you say it like that's like super common. It's really not. But I do have Fiery. Oh wait, I have Fiery Dance. Huh. Which one? I really wish I could see the Pokemon's name there. Mawisk. You're not. Oh wait. Either way, you're Steel. What am I saying? They made it better with the rework? What do you mean by it always says 100%? What was it like before? To mine, like, I mean, I just don't know how it used to behave. Because right now I know that it does 75% damage and then 25% damage. However, I don't know how stacking it works. If you stack 2 on the same Pokemon, does the first hit do 50%, then the second 2 both do 25%? I have no idea how it works. This is forest. I just don't want to go into a cave because there will be ground and rock types. Like I don't really know a lot of what used to be. I only know I only know how things are now. I don't know how they used to be. Because I haven't been playing for all that long. You can't kill me. You can probably kill me. Get the fuck out. I'll drop Sucker Punch. Fuck it. Oh. So is that what it used to be like? Damn, that's kind of overpowered. But at the same time, Mouse Hold is so weak that, like, at the later ends of the game, doing 1 damage per hit isn't doing much. But at the same time, I guess later on in the game, you would be able to have a lot of... You would be able to have, like, a lot of Silk Scarves if you're, like, stealing items and stuff. I mean, it's a strat for sure. I just feel like a lot of the Pokemon in this game would benefit from being competitively, you know, viable. But since this game isn't based off of competitive, it's based off of its own, like, roguelike, you know, thing. A lot of Pokemon have a lot of missed opportunity. Because it's not just trainer battles, you know what I mean? There's no like consistent double trainer battles. Like there's no way to guarantee that your trainer battles will be doubles. And there's no like it's not like a battle tower. It's just one long thing that like most of the time it's brainless and other times competitive viability is still not considerable. And so like it's like your mindset has to be different, and yet they were built in a way that like would benefit them to be competitive. You know what I mean? Like as somebody that's, you know, played competitive Pokemon, Rotom with Hadron Engine should be really good because you would be able to use him along with some of the other Pokemon like oh, why do you have to have Volt Absorb, bruh? You would be able to use him with, what am I trying to say? The Violet exclusives, the Paradox Pokemon. And that would be a really good duo because Rotom's really good, and so are the Paradox Pokemon. So are the Violet Paradox Pokemon. And not just that, but boosting Rotom's electric-type moves while not being a legendary, so being allowed in more regulations, that would give Rotom really good usage. Especially since he's only weak to water and rock. Unless he gets smacked down, then he'll be quad weak to ground. But, you know. Just has another hit instead of initial hit, dealing less damage, deals the same damage total. I gotcha. What is the moveset for Reshiram? Literally all you need is Eruption, I think. Right, and maybe Core Enforcer, but that's not as important. It's mainly Eruption. And what is Reshiram's passive and hidden ability? What are both of those? I don't know what they are, but I'm sure those are nice to have. For having S luck, I'm not getting jack shit. Yeah, honestly, that would be really cool if there was like a Pokemon Showdown, but with Pokerogue passives and movesets and stuff. That would be really cool if they did that. Like, not Nintendo, of course, but like, you know, anybody that, you know, would be interested in making that kind of site. I think that'd be really cool. Which one are you? I'll drop Sucker Punch, I guess. I don't remember which one's which, because it's so hard to tell. Make the passes one of the ability options and the egg moves options in their move pool. I don't like that your idea on it, actually. My reason being because a lot of abilities and passives in this game work well together. And so dropping that, you know, aspect of synergy with not just the Pokemon itself and its ability, but it's also the ability merging with a passive. I really like that, and so I don't think I would want to drop that. Chien-Pao gets Sword of Ruin and Intimidate? I mean, Mega Mawile has huge power and Intimidate. Like, that's the main reason why, like, Mawile used to be, like, questionable to Mega Evolve. Because you would lose Intimidate. So, like, I remember, I think somebody won World Champs or something a while back with Mega Mawile, but they didn't immediately Mega their Mawile. They waited until after they got plenty of use out of the Intimidate and then Mega'd their Mawile. And so if you could Mega your Mawile and have that Intimidate, then that would be much, you know, more negligible. And so, like, there's a lot, like, that's just one example of the way, like, having double the abilities would be really fun in just aspects of there's so much new shit in the game to do and stuff. So, you know. Or a Calcum Pulse. I don't... Oh, right. That's basically Drought, but better, because it gets a buff from the sun. That's right, that's right. Competitive viability in Pokerogue Mons, there's a lot of it. So, I can only imagine how big that slideshow was. Because a lot of Pokemon are much more competitively viable thanks to it. Beedrill, Chanpao, and Pidgeot? Pidgeot would go so hard. What is Pidgeot's passive? Because I know it has Aerialate, which basically just gives it double stab on any normal type move. So give that bitch Takedown or Giga Impact, and it's one-shotting basically anything. I'm not gonna drop shock, whatever. God, this is throwing me. The fucking. God. Oh, Sheer Force? Okay, so what's a normal type move that benefits from Sheer Force? I can't think of any right now. Dizzy Punch. Wait. Nah, Pidgeot. There's no way Pidgeot learns Dizzy Punch, though. Tell me, what move benefits from Sheer Force and Aerialate? I could have sworn Pidgeot... I could have sworn it was Aerialate. Oh, it's No Guard. No Guard's not that good, then. I mean, you are right, it is Salamence, but for some reason I thought Pidgeot had that too. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, I'm stupid. Anyways. There is a move I would like to relearn on somebody. Who was it? Who did I want to relearn something on? I dropped a move on these guys, right? Was it... The fuck was the move? Fuck, I would've... That's not ideal. I'm not remembering what move I... Whatever. Ghost Steel with adaptability, so it'd be most beneficial to just have Ghost and Steel moves. Ironhead. Oh yeah, I guess Pidgeot's not absolutely physical, right? Sandsear Storm, Bleakwind Storm, Calm Mind, and Boomburst. I mean, not being able to miss those is fine. But Boomburst doesn't really... I don't think Boomburst benefits from Sheer Force. That's the thing about Sheer Force, right? Is that, like, not a lot of moves are actually benefited by it. And so, like, it's so hard to justify using it over, like, something else. Like, obviously, having it as a passive is really nice and whatever. But, like, it's... You know, it's hard. Yeah, no, but, like, Sheer Force has nothing to do with Boomburst. That's not, like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it has nothing to do with Sheer Force. Sheer Force doesn't do anything for that. And it also doesn't even benefit from No Guard. Like, that's not anything that the abilities do. That is simply just, you know, the game's movesets being put onto it. You know, that's all it is the moveset that's changing. If you really wanted to benefit from Sheer Force and No Guard, well... Oko moves would probably benefit from No Guard, but that's besides the point, because Pidgeot doesn't learn any of those. But I'm trying to... There's really not a lot of moves benefited by Sheer Force. That's the thing, right? So, like, I feel like Sheer Force is thought of to be really good, and on Pidgeot, it would be like, oh my god, you know, bonus damage, you know? But, like... You know, it's really not that crazy. Gets no value from No Guard. It only has Hurricane. Well, Bleakwind Storm in this game, but yeah. Without, you know, this game in consideration, yeah, No Guard on Mega Pidgeot sucks. Because, I mean, yeah. I mean, the main moves that it would use aren't even going to have, like, any more than 10% chance of missing. It also gets strong Flying Stab. What the fuck do you think Bleakwind Storm is? It's not water, I can tell you that much. I think you're overhyping Boomburst a little bit. Like... No offense, but like, remember, Boomburst is a normal type move. It's not super effective against anything. It already has Hurricane for Flying Stab. Yeah, but Bleak Wind Storm is much better than Hurricane, in my opinion. Because it's a spread move, and it, I think, does comparable damage. I think it also has some sort of niche that it does. There's a reason nothing gets it. Noivern. Imagine terastallizing Noivern to normal, right? Then you're basically getting the same fucking thing. So you can't really, like, and you can't really tell me I'm wrong there. Because Noivern is also very specially powerful. Slap that thing a throat spray. You're not seeing anything new with Mega Pidgeot at that point. And remember, normal is resisted by Rock and Steel while being while Ghost types are immune to it. Boom Burst is really nothing special. Noivern has 97 special attack. Yeah, and Mega Pidgeot's defenses suck ass. Okay. Do we really want to talk about how... Oh, Mega Pidgeot's so good. Oh my god, Pidgeot, so good. Only weakness is moveset. Oh my god. Mega Pidgeot's so good. So good. I love Mega Pidgeot. You know, Mega Pidgeot is so good. All it needs is better moves. Yeah, considering... Like, Noivern's not meant to be good. You see something? The only benefit is the special attack. Everything else is worse. Including the speed. Not to mention, this bitch gets Infiltrator, so it can pierce through things. Like, what does Infiltrator do again? Right, so it goes through this stuff. So if there's light screen up, Noivern has the advantage there. And then, not to mention, if you make Pidgeot Mega Evolve, technically, because if we're giving Mega Evolutions, you know, the ability to be an item, you know, give a held item to Mega Pidgeot, it Mega Evolves. Give a held item to Noivern, use Boom Burst once, you get a +1 to your special attack, which basically gives you higher special attack than Mega Pidgeot. And so then you just shred, because you can also, again, terastallize into a normal type and start spamming Boom Burst. You know what I mean? Or you can do choice specs. Like, here's the thing, right? With a held item, you're comparing a Pokemon with a held item to a Pokemon without a held item. Not being able to have another held item is a huge missed opportunity, because you could give Noivern Focus Sash so that it can't get one-shot when Pidgeot can very easily get one-shot. You're overlooking these things, and simply put, it's not, you know, as somebody that has done competitive, I know full well you're overlooking a lot of problems that Pidgeot has other than its moveset. Those moves do help a lot. Holy shit, Shiny Charm. But I'm just saying, you know, yeah. Any bugs or issues while playing Pokerogue? Are you new? Because look at this fusion. Does that look like the fusion to you? Look at this one as well. Does this look normal? I have 3 Butterfrees. Yeah, I'm having bugs. But otherwise, it's going really well. Same problem as D-Knight has. You would have to commit your Terra to Noivern. Yeah, but D-Knight, Dragonite is different than Noivern because it's a physical attacker. Like, having to Terastallize isn't actually a huge problem, because it's just an option. You don't actually have to Terastallize. It's not often that you're actually going to run into an Ice type. You know what I mean? Like, the possibility, like, if there is an Ice type in front of you, then yeah, you're going to want to Terastallize. But that's the same thing as, like, any Pokemon against their weakness. You're going to want to Terastallize to protect them, you know? So, like, yeah, that's known. Illusion kind of broke the game. Illusion? How did Illusion do that? D9 just always Terastallizes for offensive reasons? Oh, for offensive reasons? I mean, giving stab to water moves is understandable, but at least with D-Knight, water's good defensively. Noivern using Boom Burst, like, that's my problem with Boom Burst, is that it's a normal type move. No matter what you do, Boom Burst is limited to being a normal type, right? So, no, it's Terra's normal for E-Speed? Oh, that's just stupid. That hasn't been used since the beginning of Scarlet and Violet. Like, that has not been used since the beginning of Scarlet and Violet. I can guarantee you that much. I'm just saying, I genuinely don't believe you should be, like, hype talking Boom Burst so much. Like, sure, it's a 140 base power move. Special, guaranteed to land against both of your opponents. Really good. Really good. Right? But it's still a normal type move, which has the same weaknesses as any other normal type move, which, first off, is the fact that it's not super effective against literally anything. And second of all, it is resisted, and there is something that is immune to it, aka Rock, Steel, and Ghost all basically make normal type moves terrible, unless you've like boosted yourself with special attack buffs. And then there's also the factor that the normal typing itself isn't good defensively. So don't use a fusion in this mystery encounter. I wasn't planning on it. When implementing an illusion, someone messed with the game's ID identification for fusions as well. Oh, I gotcha. It will freeze after defeating the thing? Oh, interesting. Well, good thing, well, I guess I don't really need hidden abilities then. Is there a nature I want to change? Rotom, do you have a good nature? Yeah, kind of. Okay, I'll change Butterfree's nature. Modest! Let's make this Butterfree modest. But what was I saying? I was saying something, but I don't remember what. Why can I not remember? Also, how do you know all of this, Lily Alternus? Like, did you work on the game or something? Like, are you a dev or some shit? You're really smart whenever it comes to this game. It will all be fixed next patch, which is this weekend. Oh, that's cool. How do you know? You've got to be a dev. Or you're prank 'em, John. Oh, you're their bug report manager. Okay. And so, like, it's basically your job to go through streams and, you know, notify them on whether or not, like, there's bugs and stuff. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Thanks for being here. Aren't there, like, a lot of other people streaming this game? Or is there, like, nobody that you can find since there's no Pokerogue category? Good game. Come to inform you about your extended warranty? No! My extended warranty. Ah, damn, I've been tax evading on Pokerogue. Oh, Lord. There is? Then why are you here? Oh, there is. You're right. Okay, let me change that category. Okay, I changed the category. Wait, so then why are you here? I don't think Lily's in the Discord. This was their first time chatting. Oh, wait, not my Discord. Right, I'm not the only person in existence. I'm dumb. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not in the Discord. Wait, am I? I'm not. Okay. I had to make sure. I'm in some games, Discord servers, but not Pokerogue. Oh, Latias. Interesting. Oh, I have literally nothing for you. Ah, well, let's see if I can kill you. We're always in bug reports and bug report chat in the official Discord of Pokerogue. Yep. I haven't noticed anything other than that. You know, I don't have bugs normally. I think I did have a bug one time, but I don't remember what it was. Drops a Latias to be nice. I'm doing a shiny only. This is not being nice. I can't catch it. But what I will say, adaptability, Ghost Steel, Shedinja, basically. Pretty good. Yeah, I ain't catching that bitch. I already have a Latias, you know? I already have a Latias. I already have... Did you... Okay, do you not pay attention? It literally had the Pokeball lit up. I already have Latias in my decks. There was no point in me catching it. How much does Shadow Sneak do? Not a lot, unfortunately. Oh, wait, Leech Seed... I didn't process that was Leech Seed. I in fact did not process that that was Leech Seed. Yeah, I understand. It's kind of hard to find that. But anyways, I should probably get a flying move on this bitch, considering I do have adaptability. Adaptability speed boost. Wait, this could actually be kind of good. I just need like something. I need something to make this, you know, that much better. You know, Dev, if you wanted to be nice, you could have, I don't know, maybe given me a shiny Latios to catch. Maybe. Good luck with fire Pokemon. Oh, also ground, also ghost. I'll be fine, trust. Trust, trust, trust. Shiny only challenge isn't meant to be easy. I'll be fine, I'll be fine, I'll be fine, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And plus, fire and ground can't do anything to my Rotom, so there's that. TM isn't TM like always the best here? Like I feel like none of the others are ever gonna be worth it, and this one was not, and this one wasn't worth it either. I'm gonna be so honest. This one was not worth it at all. Fuck it. Fairy Feather. See, that was so worth it. So worth it. Damn. I guess I forget that Ninjask actually has stats, unlike Shedinja. But with vitamins, you only get one vitamin. With TMs, you can get moves that you wouldn't normally be able to get on a Pokemon. I just got unlucky. What do you mean? Probably haven't spoken with. What do you mean? I'm confused. Ah, whatever. Hey, look, Shifter. I could have had a... I'm inevitable like death. I am inevitable. You stole Iron Man's line. Good thing I'm not doing a Nuzlocke in this game. Oh, that's neat. I haven't actually used my tickets in a while. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should be using my tickets. Maybe. Now that I have a map, by the way, I can absolutely beat this. Having a map to avoid any form of water will be so nice. Just spawn that voucher in. Yes. Spawn me a legendary Rayquaza at the next boss. Somehow learn the specific coding that is going through my game right now and change it. Hour and 10 minutes and I'm not even on floor 90 or floor 100. God damn it. I should probably actually use my vouchers. I haven't used them. Oh. It only appears on the rewards the first line reroll and it's impossible. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. No legendary eggs. Man, I have a dev and I can't get any legendary eggs. Sag. So no more rerolls, is that what you're saying? No more re-rolling for me. So why have a lot of money? I have no idea. Oh shit, I'm about to go into a fight. I'll be fine. Just get a bunch of crits. Dinner, bug out. Cool. See ya. Have a good dinner. Thanks for coming around. I still don't know what business you had looking through the Scarlet and Violet category and coming in here, but thanks. You know, that's my first time ever talking to a dev. I've never talked to a dev of a game in my life. And if I have, I didn't know that they were a dev. You still have Volt Absorb 100%. Oh, I forget that these bitches get water moves for some reason. I don't understand. You can't touch me. Damn. I one-shot? I know adaptability is strong, but damn. This Pokemon might be stronger than I thought. Just might be. Might be a little strong. No one-shotting this time? Unfortunate. Do we think I can actually do this? Like, with minimal retries? Random rant thing, I guess. Wire-tinted lens and Speed Boost so overrated. Speed Boost is really good because if you use it with something like Cosmic Power, then you're getting free damage buffs every turn. Not to mention that if you use Protect, you already basically will outspeed pretty much anything. Because here's the thing, right? The problem with the Eternatus is that it gets so fast thanks to random-ass speed buffs, that you start to no longer have the ability to outspeed it, which means things like flinching and, you know, canceling a turn aren't really as doable. And so... Wait... I can Terra my Shedinja? Ooh... That might be a bug. Get Lily back in here. I don't think you're meant to be able to Terra any form of Shedinja. Because... Or anything with Wonder Guard. Because that just seems overpowered. Yeah, they are great abilities, but they are treated like S++ tier. Like they are treated as good as gold, as 1, Intimidate. It's crazy to me that you would put as 1, Intimidate, and good as gold all in the same one. Intimidate's not that good. At least competitively it is, but in this game, no. So, like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about in the game or in competitive? Which one? Why wouldn't you be able to Terra a Wonder Guard mon? Because, simply put, you can basically just make it to where, like, oh, I'm a Ghost Steel type. I can Terra into water to not share a single weakness, aka meaning that I can avoid damage just for free. And so if the opposing Pokemon does not have any moves for me, then, you know, there you go. Like, that's a stupid question. But in competitive, I don't see good as gold as all that good. Because what does good as gold do? Doesn't it just prevent status? Isn't that all it does? Shedinja, I believe, is able to Terra in the game. I feel like I've tried terraing Shedinja before, and I didn't, and I couldn't. But maybe I'm wrong? It blocks all forms of status moves. So, like, even things like Leech Seed, yeah, you overestimate how much those are used in competitive. The only way that will really actually be, like, valuable in competitive is if you, swap in on somebody that's trying to status. Because nobody's going to be using status on Golden Go. Because Golden Go is kind of frail, and so it's pretty easy to kill. So you're not going to want to status that bitch. You're just gonna want to get it gone. Either that or tank it with like water types and stuff. You're not gonna want to status it. So like it's really not that good. Like it is good, don't get me wrong, but you don't status very often in comp. Like it is something you can do, especially with prankster mons and stuff. But like, I mean, if you want to counter prankster, just have a dark type. You know. Like, it's that kind of thing where, yes, it is good, but it's really not as good as you may think in comp. Imagine if Ursaluna had good as gold. You just can't burn it. You can't parting shot it. Burning it is a bad thing. You're terrible. Ursaluna literally has guts, bro. You don't want to burn it. And you wouldn't want good as gold on it because you would rather guts. You would rather be able to be status. So, like, you're kind of just stupid. You can't taunt Tornadus or Whimsicott? Oh, taunt counts as a status? Yeah, I don't typically run taunt in my teams. And nor do I see Whimsicott be used all that much. all non-damaging moves, so even ones that lower stats, like Growl or Leer. Whimsicott is amazing? Yeah, amazing, but not very often used. Golden Gold. Goes gold. Gives immunity to status moves. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Kind of confusing because some status moves have a status effect, but if it said status effect, then that would be different than status move. So, I mean, not that I didn't trust you, I just wanted to make sure. But, like, I really don't... Because, like, it doesn't, like, make you... Like, it doesn't prevent the opponent team from using Protect, and it also doesn't protect... It also doesn't stop them from using it, and since competitive is mostly double battles, that means that, you know, you're still going to be able to be status, just not on Golden Go. You know what I mean? Like, you're not protecting your other Pokemon with that. It's really not that good in grand scheme of things. Like, yes, it is good, but it's not... I don't even think it's as good as Intimidate, and nor do I think it's as nearly as good as Speed Boost. I actually think Speed Boost is much better, because having the ability to just use Protect for a turn, and then all of a sudden outspeed literally everything on your opponent's team, that is huge. That is a huge benefit. It's like the same thing as having priority, but on just all of your moves. And rather than having some sort of downside, like, you know, a Dark type being immune to it or whatever, you know? So, like, that's why Speed Boost is so good, because as soon as you slap Protect on that Pokemon, you'll freely be able to get a +1. I don't think Speed Boost is better than Intimidate, but it kind of depends on your opponent's team, because remember, you can't just, like... It also depends on your team, because, like, competitively... Intimidate is hard to use, right? Like, it's just hard to use. It's not bad, it's just hard to use, because what you have to do is you have to keep swapping. Chances are, unless you're just spamming U-turn, Volt Switch, all that stuff, you have to keep swapping in order to get usage out of it. And so, but if you actually want to use your Intimidate Pokemon, you're not going to want to keep it out on the field. But at the same time, with only 4 Pokemon in your arsenal, you're not going to want to just constantly switch and, you know, risk one of your Pokemon in the back getting hurt. So, like, Intimidate is high risk, high reward. Like, but at the same time, it also doesn't lower the damage on special attacking Pokemon. So it's kind of useless if your opponent team is, you know, special attacking. E1 debuff can be enough. I'm aware. It is really good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, everything has its downsides. It's not perfect. And there are a lot of, you know, abilities that are kind of like that, where, like, they don't really have that big of an effect, and yet they're still really good. But Speed Boost is kind of one of those abilities where it has no downside. As long as you protect, you will have speed. The only scenario I see Speed Boost being bad is if somebody uses Trick Room. Which, I mean, to be fair, as common as Trick Room teams are, maybe it is negative. But, like, you know. Okay, here's the thing. Urshifu is a legendary. Legendaries won't always be allowed in regulation. It depends on the regulation there. But also, what if somebody doesn't lead with Urshifu? You know what I mean? Or, like, what if Urshifu isn't on the field, or what if you kill it first? Like, if only one Pokemon has the ability to go through Protect, then that's not really, like, a bad thing for Speed Boost. That's just, you know. Urshifu isn't restricted, though, but it's also a one-time use. You're not going to be able to have him very often. And he's also strong, so you're going to want to protect him. So if you cover your ass on the speed-boosting Pokemon, Urshifu, you know, can... Urshifu's not that big of a threat there. But, Urshifu does a lot of damage. Urshifu isn't that good because of going through Protect. He's that good because he does a shit ton of damage. And does really well with Terastallization. If you think that Urshifu is only good because he can go through Protect, then you're just absolutely fucking wrong. Urshifu should be a restricted. He's not a full-blown legendary. He's not a box art legendary. So I do understand. Fuck! This bitch has neutralizing gas. God damn it. Urshifu is really good mainly because of his brute force. Going through Protect can be nice, but it's mainly the mind games of being able to go through Protect that actually helps him be good. It's like it's the mindset of, oh, you know, they have Urshifu, they can hit me through Protect or whatever. Do I even have anything that can... Oh, wait, I have... No, it's not worth it, because I would just be swapping from Adaptability to Intimidate. Yeah, I don't think Mega Evolving is good. Water ignores Focus Sash? Yeah, that's one item. And also, you're not going to be Focus Sashing your speed boosters. I highly doubt you would be doing that. Well, I guess it depends, but... And Shadow Shield, it doesn't ignore it. And also, Shadow Shield is literally only on Lunala. What the fuck are you on about? You're literally... You're talking about singular counters. Whenever I countered Intimidate, I included the fact that it only targets physical attacking Pokemon, which is maybe half of the Pokemon in the game. Your counter for me saying that Speed Boost is arguable to be as good as Intimidate is that, oh, there's one Pokemon that, you know, or, you know, and whatever. Like, there's one Pokemon that can go through Protect, and that just makes Speed Boost fall, you know? Like, it's one Pokemon. Now you're talking about Urshifu, but initially you were talking about Urshifu because he could go through Protect and counter Speed Boost. So don't say you weren't countering, because you were at the start, just not in the end. Also, that was a misplay on my part. No, I actually wasn't. Then why the fuck did you bring up Urshifu? Why the fuck did you bring up... You just brought it up? That's ADHD brain, by definition. You literally brought up something without... I didn't think about... I was literally mentioning how Protect helps pretty much any Pokemon with Speed Boost start outspeeding the entire other team. And you're telling me that you bringing up Urshifu had nothing to do with that. You're telling me you bringing up Urshifu had nothing to do with the fact that I was talking about Protect helping Speed Boosters. I think subconsciously it had something to do with it. You just didn't mean to have it have something to do with it. I see how you were confused. Okay, so you're basically just glazing the hell out of Urshifu. Remember, Urshifu's not, you know, without his weaknesses. Like, he is really good, but there's... I mean, in unrestricted formats or whatever. Or, would it be restricted formats? Whatever. Whenever you can use things like, you know, box art legendaries and stuff, he's not the best. I hate Urshifu like most comp players. I don't hate him. I think that him going through Protect is stupid, but I think it's mainly his ability to be so powerful. No, I'm saying... You're not getting what I'm saying. I don't hate him because he's good. I don't even hate him. I actually quite like Urshifu. Because Urshifu is one of the few Pokemon in the game that can actually guarantee a crit. So things like Dondozo aren't, like, a threat. The main thing I hate about Urshifu is how straightforward he is. Like, it's so straightforward how he will literally just, like... I don't know. You know, I just hate dealing with Urshifu. As somebody who has played comp, that the whole point is to, you know, work around that. Oop, I can't Protect here because I will just die. Or just plan around that and have something to counter. Are you that bad at comp that you don't even know how to just, like, have counters for everything? That's the thing, right? Is that the thing that competitive Pokemon taught me is that the best thing you can do in team building and in the match is cover your ass. You know, be prepared. Maybe don't prepare for everything, but have the ability to, you know, how do I say this? Play with minimal risk. Minimize risk. Having the ability to minimize risk is the best thing you can do. And if you have a weakness to Urshifu, then that's a team building problem. Because, I mean, if you can't cover your ass, then and having the opponent have a singular Pokemon that can just counter your entire team, that's not exactly, you know, what you should be doing. Like, that's in team building. That's a team building problem. I can't remember what I know what I used. I used Farigiraf to counter Urshifu. Back whenever I played Scarlet and Violet comp. I used Farigiraf. And I'm not saying you have to, you know, have an entire Pokemon devoted to that. Just, like, have something that can actually handle it. Have some sort of ghost type to be immune to its fighting type moves. Or have some sort of flying type to be able to do super effective. Or have some sort of electric type. Or have some sort of, you know, there's things you can do, right? And then the best thing you can do in Scarlet and Violet is prepare for, you know, actually prepare for your battles, because you have the ability to change the terrestrialization type of literally any Pokemon on your team. Literally any Pokemon on your team can go from being a dragon type to a fairy type or whatever. It doesn't matter what their type is. You can change it to any singular type. So, like, worst case scenario, you have a Pokemon that you want to keep alive, Terra Water it to resist Surging Strikes. And you'll probably live, or something, you know? Like, that's the thing. I actually hate terrestrialization more than I hate Urshifu, because terrestrialization just makes it so that it's so much harder to prepare and, like, predict anything that the other team is doing. It just makes it that much harder for anything to happen. What did they add in the current format? What did they add? That's crazy. I love Terra. Oh, no wonder. No, really. The person that doesn't like I understand liking using it, but liking it as a competitive factor is terrible. Added mythicals? Oh yeah, I knew that. I saw that you can now use Arceus in that. But yeah, loving Terra as a competitive thing is very different than loving Terra as, you know, a mechanic. I like Terra as a mechanic. I think it's cool. I think it's kind of lame since it doesn't have any, like, just like those select few Pokemon that can Terra, but at the same time, it's universal. Any Pokemon can Terra. That's cool in the game. It is not 10 times better than Dynamax and Z moves because, you know, Dynamax was actually more predictable. Dynamax was way worse in competitive, but way better, in my opinion, in the general playthrough. And Z moves, I will admit, kind of sucked. But at the same time, they were at least balanced. You could only use them once per battle. And so I'm fine with that. But I definitely don't think Dynamax and Comp is so fucking boring. No, it's not boring, especially since most people will actually use the Gigantamax Pokemon in there. You have to play around it, all your stats revolve around it? No. No. That's... What do you mean all your stats revolve around it? You only have 3 turns of Dynamax. They banned it in singles for a reason? Okay. I'm not saying it's a good mechanic, I'm saying just admit that Terra isn't the best either. They both suck ass. Terra is not balanced at all. Because, like, oh, what do you mean your Tyranitar that's only balancing factor is being quad weak to fighting can now become a ghost type? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, that? You really want to say that that's... You really want to say that that's balanced? No! No, and especially since any Pokemon can Terra. Any Pokemon can Terra. With Dynamax, it would be beneficial to only Dynamax certain Pokemon to give you attack or special attack buffs or whatever. And you could only get 1 buff per turn, and the biggest other benefit you got was doubling your HP. With Terrestrialization, you can give your Pokemon immunities, and you can give them resistances to things that they have a quad weakness to, literally anytime you want, without having to worry about a time limit. You can only use it once per battle, and you both get to use it? Yeah, Dynamax was the same fucking way. Terrestrialization and Dynamax are so similar. The main difference is that one doesn't have a time limit. And the fact that Terrestrialization doesn't have a time limit makes it so powerful. It actually makes it really fucking powerful. And you can also just use it at any point. Like, Dynamax kind of relied on having some additional turns so that you could actually make benefit out of those additional stats you got. With Terrestrialization, you can use it on literally anything and get benefit out of it so that you can live longer and stuff like that. Dynamax sure had a similar thing, but at least it ended. Like, are you really arguing with me about the fact that Dynamax is balanced? Because I can guarantee you one thing, it's not. Dynamax or sorry, not Dynamax, Terrestrialization, neither of them are balanced, but Terrestrialization straight up is so dumb whenever it comes to comp usage, just because literally there is no predictability. There is nothing predictable about it. The worst thing you can have in literally anything, fuck this run. Literally the worst thing you can have in anything is unpredictability. That's the same thing I've said about Elden Ring, is that being unpredictable is the worst trait that a boss can have, is unpredictability. Because it makes it to where, like, no matter how hard you try and how much you know, it makes it so that you still don't have a guaranteed chance to, you know, have the edge on your opponent. No matter how much knowledge you have, no matter how much skill you really have, your opponent will have that opportunity to catch you off guard. And I know that you can also use Terra yourself, but that doesn't make it any more fair. If both people do it, then that doesn't make it any more fair. It's still stupid as fuck. Dynamax is barely counterable, my ass. The Pokemon still stayed the same typing. If you're gonna one-shot it, you're still gonna probably one-shot it. Like, that's the thing, right? And then, like, not to mention, Dynamax actually lessened the power of certain moves. Certain moves actually got down, like, underpowered because of it. You're not going to one-shot it? You'd be surprised. Is this Pokerogue? Yes, it is. There are... 2 moves? No. No, it's not just the power that I'm talking about. It's the side effects of the moves. Dynamax, every move does the same thing, but like, let's say you have Air Slash, right, on a Pokemon. Air Slash loses the ability to flinch, right, whenever you Dynamax. Losing that ability to flinch could throw off your strategy. Like, if you're, like, I don't know, Serene, like, that's only one example. That's a bad example, actually, because there are other things that have a guaranteed, like Nuzzle can guaranteed paralyze and stuff. And like, that's just the kind of thing where, like, Dynamax, I'm not saying it was fair or anything. I'm just saying Terra is not, like, 100 times better than it, you know? I don't care about reducing the actual power. I care about the fact that, you know, Terra literally just allows for you to get a free different typing on your Pokemon. Like, just out of fucking nowhere. Like, as somebody that has used Terrestrialization on a Tyranitar, that Ghost-type Tyranitar is overpowered as fuck. Because, like, it can just completely throw off your opponent's ability to kill your Tyranitar. Let's say you have a Tyranitar against an Urshifu. That Urshifu goes from being able to do everything against that Tyranitar to being able to do nothing. If you Dynamax a Tyranitar in front of an Urshifu, your Urshifu would still be able to fucking kill it. Yes, King Gambit can also Terra. A lot of Pokemon can Terra to provide, you know, not having their main balancing factor. King Gambit losing his quad weakness to fighting, that's also overpowered. An electric type, or something, anything with levitate being able to become an electric type to avoid weaknesses, overpowered. Being able to literally beat any of the 18, right? Or is it 7? Is it 16? I don't remember. Any of the many typings. You can literally beat any of the typings. It provides, like, that's my main argument, is that it's so unpredictable, right? It's so unpredictable that, like, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it when things are unpredictable. The Yap is about Terra versus Dynamax. I hate unpredictability. That is number one. My least favorite thing is unpredictability. Dynamax was pretty fucking predictable. Most Pokemon that Dynamaxed were the same fucking Pokemon. You could pretty much tell if a Pokemon was going to Dynamax. And if it did Dynamax, it ended in 3 turns. So Terra is worse in terms of competitive. And by worse, I mean better. Because it's just simply that powerful. And I don't know how you don't see it, but it's not unpredictable. It's not unpredictable. You're telling me a Ferrothorn going from Grass Steel to Fire type is unpredictable? You're telling me that's predictable? You're telling me you predict every time your opponent is going to actually use their Terra ability to go from any typing to any typing? You're telling me that's predictable to you? You're telling me you predict that? Then why the fuck do you struggle with Dynamax, huh? Jesus Christ. Yes, because of course it's going to. Remember, there's still 4 Pokemon, and they don't have to immediately Terra. That's the thing, right? They don't have to immediately Terra. It's so unpredictable, and I don't see how you don't see that. I actually don't see how you can just say that it's predictable. Yeah, but okay, Esme girl, do you not know what the fuck coverage is? Not everybody knows what moves you have. You could have a water type on the field and have a fire move. Your opponent's not gonna know that. You can still catch them off guard with that. You're not they're not guaranteed to terrestrialize there. You know what I mean? Like having a fire move is different than having a fire type Pokemon out there. And at that point, they could also switch. You remember, classic Pokemon solution to having a weakness on the field is switching. That's predictable. Switching is predictable, kind of, because, I mean, sometimes there are exclusions, but, like... Jesus Christ. Open Team Sheet is the norm for a reason? What do you mean, Open Team Sheet? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? I've played ranked Pokemon. I can see what Pokemon they have, but they don't have all 6 Pokemon on their team. They don't have all 6 Pokemon on their team, and it's not like I can see what Terra type they have. Like, I can't see what Terra types they have. Even if I can predict that they're going to Terra, I can't predict what Terra type they have. That's the main thing. You can predict that they're going to Terra all you want. You can't predict what Terra typing they have. Like that, like, you really? We're not talking about tournaments, we're talking about ranked. We're talking about normal competitive. Tournaments aren't all there is to competitive. Like, do you seriously not see that? It's used for tournaments, not normal competitive. There's a difference between tournaments and normal ranked. Like, jeez, man. I, as a normal human being, have played competitive Pokemon. And when I say that, I mean I have played ranked battles. I've never gone to tournament. I've never touched the ranked ladder of the... Then how the hell are you going to yap to me about how much better terrestrialization is in competitive than Dynamax? How the fuck are you going to do that? How in the hell are you going to talk to me about how much better Terra is than Dynamax? And Showdown is not the same. Showdown is not the same, Asmi girl. Showdown is not even made by the official Pokemon company. It's not the same. You do not know what I know. I have played Scarlet and Violet ranked. I know for a fact that Terra is way harder to deal with than Dynamax. I can guarantee you that off of personal experience. Terra is way worse than Dynamax. It is so much harder to predict and so much harder to counter because Dynamax is so much more predictable and doesn't actually counter all that much that you can do to it. Terrestrialization can completely change the tides of the game by simply making a move that's supposed to land in one shot, no longer land or one shot. I just don't have to grind for resources. What is different, dude? The difference is that the people on the difference aside from team building is the people. The people in the actual ladder are people that are more committed to actual Pokemon. The people on Showdown aren't that way. If the players are better in the actual game, then how can you tell me that I know less than you whenever I've gotten to Master Ball tier, which aka top 1000, on my own, in both Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield? I have experience going to Master Ball tier in both Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet was way harder because of the terrestrialization difference. I'm not trying to brag about going to Master Ball tier. I'm just trying to say that I have proper experience to say that in my humble opinion, Terrestrialization is at least arguable to be as bad as Dynamax and competitive. But in my opinion, it is worse. But I'd say it is arguable to be better. It is not a clear no diff argument that Dynamax is way worse. Because Terrestrialization is, in my opinion, is worse. Not much worse, but worse. Good fucking lord. Dynamax made the game easier, then we're not talking about competitive. If you're saying that it made the game easier, then that's not competitive. Earlier you said we were talking about competitive. Dynamax making the game easier is not competitive. That's not competitive. Making the game easier is not competitive. It made competitive fights easier. Competitive fights in the game, you see how I was misled. But also, Terrestrialization, it may be more strategic, but it may... Okay. So, you don't like Dynamax because it made it easier for you to go through. Not that you didn't dislike going against it, but you liked using it. Is that what I'm getting? Because Dynamax, I've gone against Dynamax and Terrestrialization, and whenever I say I don't like Terrestrialization, that's because even using Terrestrialization on myself, I hated going against it. I hated going against Dynamax too, but I could at least deal with it. Terrestrialization was harder to predict, therefore it was harder for me to go against, therefore I don't like it because it's unpredictable. I don't like it because it's unpredictable, that's why I don't like it, but I think it's more difficult than Dynamax to go against because of the unpredictability of what typing are they going to go into. But Dynamax, I also use Dynamax. I use Gigantamax Venusaur, and I really liked using it, but that doesn't mean that I like both things, right? I like both. But whenever it comes to competitive, I would rather it be more fair rather than be more one-sided or whatever. What am I trying to say? So Terrestrialization is unpredictable, meanwhile Dynamax is way more predictable and way more handleable. I liked using both. I like using Terrestrialization on my Tyranitar, and I like using Gigantamax on my Venusaur. However, going against opponents with Terrestrialization and going against opponents with Dynamax, the opponents with Terrestrialization as their gimmick rather than Dynamax were way harder. Terrestrialization was way harder to go against. Meanwhile, Dynamax was not as hard to go against. It was not as hard to predict. It was not as hard to combat. It was not as hard to counter. And, you know, Terrestrialization was way harder for me to go against. It was way harder for me to build my team around. It was way harder for me to actually progress via that. So we have different views on what we like and dislike. I thought the argument was which one is, you know... I thought the argument was different. I thought it was a little more of, you know, rather than being our opinion on what we liked using more, I thought it was going to be which one do we prefer to go against, right? I would prefer to go against Dynamax than Terrestrialization in competitive. You can't agree with anything that I'm saying? Okay. Do you agree that Terrestrialization is harder to go against than Dynamax? Because I thought that's what we were arguing about. Terrestrialization is harder than Dynamax to go against. Do you agree or disagree with that? That's fucking crazy. You think Terrestrialization is easier than Dynamax? By the way, YouTube, enjoy the yapping, because I'm probably going to be ending stream soon. Because I don't want to do another run. It would simply take way too long. I lost the challenge. Oh no, I didn't actually beat the game with Shiny only. Basmicro. Yes, because I know what they're... That's because of... Okay. In the main ranked of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, It's because we play different ways? No, that's not even because we play different ways. In Scarlet and Violet, when you play ranked battles, you cannot see their Terra typings. You can't see their Terra typings in Scarlet and Violet. So talking about actual competitive Pokemon rather than Pokemon Showdown, we are very different because one of us can actually know what their typings are, the other doesn't. I'm not acting like I'm better or anything. I'm justifying my opinion. If you didn't have the ability to see their Terra typings, what would you think? What would you think at that point? Because whenever people talk about competitive Pokemon, it's mainly in the actual games, you know, ranked battles, since a vast minority of people actually take part in the tournaments, which are open sheet. Yeah, Sonic, I do agree with what you're saying. But like Dynamax, that, you know, the Gigantamax aspect of it, making some Pokemon broken, that is absolutely a that's actually a more predictability thing. If somebody has a Charizard, chances are they're going to try and Gigantamax it. I have no idea. Oh my god, so we were arguing about something that we don't even Jesus Christ. So me and your definition of competitive Pokemon is just different. That's me and your You know what, YouTube? If anybody's watching this, I need to know, whenever you think of competitive Pokemon, do you consider Pokemon Showdown as competitive Pokemon? Or do you consider ranked battles? And I would even take the answer of tournaments are that, but but whenever I think of competitive Pokemon, I think of actual in-game ranked. That's what I think of whenever I think of ranked Pokemon. Or competitive Pokemon, sorry. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I did my run. I did plenty of yapping. I'm not trying to be mean either. Asmigro, this was all just normal arguing. I just get a little heated whenever I argue, but I don't mean anything mean. I'm glad we argued. I learned something. I had no idea Showdown had an open team sheet. I had no idea. So thanks for arguing with me. That was fun. I had fun. Passed time real well. If you guys did enjoy, please do come back for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.